The first card you have, your past, is the Eight of Wands. So yeah, I'm seeing this is about your confidence. This is about your confidence starting to come back after a time of, maybe just feeling not quite yourself. Yeah, I'm not even seeing any specific reason for you feeling down when you were feeling down. It was just this horrible feeling that kind of came from nowhere. It didn't seem to come from any one particular place. But now at this time, I'm seeing your confidence was starting to come back with these new green little leaves sprouting on this wand. That's why I'm seeing that they're new. They're just coming forward, sprouting out, I should say. So yeah, I'm seeing you coming back into yourself at this time, after a time of not feeling quite yourself. This is really good. So you're expressing yourself. You're expressing yourself. That's the word I'm trying to think of. You're expressing yourself. I'm actually seeing that, in your more distant past, you might have had to actually guard yourself, guarding your real views. I'm seeing you were guarding your speech around some people, guarding your real point of view around people, not coming out and saying what you really felt and what you really thought about things. Yes, I'm seeing this as a very, very expressive time, a very creative time coming along in your life. And yes, I'm looking at this landscape underneath this wand. So at this time, you weren't prepared to blend into the landscape any longer. You weren't trying to fit in. And if you look at this wand, look at how big this wand is and this hand is compared to the rest of the scene, the surrounding landscape. So your surrounding landscape and what people thought of you and what was around you and what everyone said and did was becoming smaller and smaller. So you're kind of letting that become smaller and smaller, less significant, less important to you. And what you wanted and what you wanted to express was becoming more and more important to you. That's what I'm seeing. So this is really, really good. I'm not saying that. I've been in trouble saying this before, saying that, what people think of you is less important, and people have said in the comments, oh, you're saying that you should just disregard everyone and just go along and crush everyone. And no, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that people's criticisms, people telling you what to do, people, going along with the flow, it shouldn't be important to you. Yes, you need to be mindful of other people. Yes, you need to be careful of other people, and you need to be polite and kind to other people. Of course you do. But you should not be ruled by other people. That's what I was trying to say, and that's what I'm saying on this. So yes, I know you don't need to. I know you won't do this. You're very nice, Scorpio people. The next card you have, your past, is Judgment. So yes, this is about you. This is about you changing. I'm seeing the same thing again that I've seen in the Ace of Wands. This is about you changing the way that you viewed yourself and changing the way that you viewed the world as well. So this is a huge time in your life. You're really, really making some changes, or you were at this time. And I'm seeing that you're getting ready to really come out and just be yourself at this time. And I think you knew that some people around you weren't going to like it. They weren't going to like the new you. Not everyone likes the new you when you want to change. But yes, you just got to the point where you could have been thinking, let them judge me. That's what I'm seeing with the Judgment card. Let them judge, let them say whatever they like. I'm me, and I'm going to just be myself. That's what I'm seeing, which is really, really fantastic. I love seeing that. I'm also seeing someone who, I'm seeing that someone who you're out of contact with, someone who you're meaning to contact, but you hadn't actually gotten around to contacting them for some reason. You were kind of taking your time contacting them. It's not that you weren't thinking about them, you were actually thinking about them, but it was like, what I'm seeing is the more time that went by without you actually contacting them, it was actually harder to contact them. I hope that makes sense. So what I'm trying to say is you could have had a lot of anxious feelings around this because of this time gap. So the more time it took for you to get around to doing it, the more anxious you were feeling. I'm just feeling this anxious feeling, this anxiety around this. So if you haven't already contacted this person, I think you probably should. You might have, this is in your past, but if you haven't, I'm seeing that you should contact this person, because what I'm seeing is that, this is a really understanding person and they're not going to judge you at all. They're going to be fine about it. They're going to be happy to hear from you. So don't hold back. So the last card you have, your past, is the Knight of Cups. So I'm seeing this could be for single people, actually. There could have been someone outside of you, someone around you, some people around you. I'm seeing some people around you that might have been pressuring you to find someone, to find a partner. It really annoys me when people do that when there are single people. It's just like, maybe you're happy like that. I just can't understand when some people that are in a couple think that nobody could possibly be happy when they're single. But, there are some people like this in the world, and these are the people that were around you at this time. So I'm seeing some people who might have been calling you things like, choosy or picky or all of that kind of thing. Now, picky and choosy is better than just accepting anyone, just to be able to say that you're with someone. And again, I'm seeing this as an example of you no longer letting people just influence you, letting them come and say whatever they want to say, and you'll just go and say, oh, okay. You're really going to start, or you were at this time, you're really starting to stand up for yourself. And, maybe you just said to them, I'm just happy the way that I am. I'd rather find someone who I'm ready for, who really, really suits me, than just going out finding anyone. I'm not just going out and looking for anyone at all. But if the right person comes along, and I'll just see what happens then. I'm not actively going out chasing people for the sake of doing that. That's what I was seeing in this card. And yes, if you look at this knight, he's beautifully groomed, and his armor's really shiny. He's like a knight in shining armor. So he's holding up a cup. But, he's waiting. He's standing there waiting. He's not waiting for just any old person. He's waiting for the right person. And he's prepared to wait. He's prepared to wait. It doesn't matter. And again, it's not like you're just sitting there waiting for someone. Oh, poor me, I want to find something. No, it wasn't like that at all. You were getting on with your life. You're doing your thing. And, it was like, if the right person comes, they come. If they don't, they don't. That's how you're feeling. So the first card you have, your present, is Temperance. So again, I'm seeing, this is about not just settling for anyone. There could be someone who, there actually could be someone who you're trying to get over. I'm seeing in this card. This is someone who you might still be thinking about, but it's not like this person was perfect and no one matches up to them and you're thinking, I'm waiting to find someone like that again, or I'm really sad, I'm missing this. But it might not be that kind of thing. It's just that, you're kind of maybe not quite over someone. You were thinking about them a bit at this time. I'm actually seeing this person, this ex or whoever this was, they might have been a little bit detached emotionally, actually, a bit detached from you, not really giving you their all, I'm trying to say. So, I'm seeing that they didn't give everything to you. They kind of kept something away from you. That's what I'm seeing. And, I'm just seeing that you're saying at this time, from now on, I'm only going to accept someone who I'm 100% happy with. And also someone who is 100% there for me, not 20%, not 10%, not 80%, 100%. Now, there's nothing wrong with this, of course. There's nothing wrong with, waiting to find a person who's truly there for you. And this is a part of you coming back to yourself. You're not going to accept any less. You know your value. That's what I'm seeing. But this card can also be about finding balance. So what I'm seeing is that at the moment you're thinking, I'm not accepting any less. I know my worth. I'm coming into myself. I'm confident. I'm strong. I know myself. I'm only going to accept the best. Okay, that's great. That's fine. That's fine if that's how you're thinking. But also, you know, finding balance is about knowing that no one in the world is perfect. We all make mistakes. We all have a past. We've all done something. I know I have. You know, if anyone tells you they don't have any past, they haven't done anything, they're lying to you. Everyone has some kind of past. So I think what's going to happen is you're really strong, you're kind of determined, I'm not accepting anything less, that's all fine. But then, you know, it's like a seesaw, you're kind of up like that, and then eventually, you know, you're going to go the other way, and then it's going to tip back into a kind of a more balanced view. So you're going to eventually come along to saying, well, you know, nobody's perfect. I don't mean that you're going to accept less. You're not going to do that. You are going to keep your standards, which is really good. But you're also going to see things in a more realistic way eventually. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have, your present, is the Page of Wands. So I'm seeing someone actually, this is really sweet actually, I'm seeing someone who could be really interested in you at this time. It's a little bit mixed up. I can't quite see whether this is a friend or this is a love connection. I am seeing either an age difference here, or could be someone, it could be someone younger than you, or could be someone who's inexperienced compared to you in a lot of things in the world. This is someone who looks up to you. Now, this could be someone in the workplace. And this could be just a crush, because I'm seeing this kind of blurring between friendship and love. And I am seeing someone who's kind of looking up to you. So it might be just a crush. You know, I'm seeing helping as well. So this could be someone who you're helping. This could be someone in the workplace who you might be training or something like that. This person has passion for you, but they have a cautious kind of a passion, a little kind of amount of passion. That's what I'm seeing. That's why I was seeing a crush. You know, if you look at this page, he has a tiny red feather in his hat. Now, in other cards, when you see a great big red feather, or you see big red wings or feathers, like you can see in this Temperance card, a big red hat with a big red feather, that means a lot of passion. But this person has a little bit of passion. They're a little bit cautious, or they're inexperienced, or they're not sure quite what to do with that. So yeah, I just keep on seeing someone who's learning from you, and they have a little bit of a crush on you, or they really care about you, or they're not sure if they are. They have feelings for you, but they're a bit kind of mixed up. They're just inexperienced. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your past is the Ten of Wands. So yes, this person in the Page of Wands, they could be, again, I'm seeing someone who's in your workplace, or something to do with work or studying or learning or something like that. You're kind of helping them or training them. I'm seeing that again. I'm seeing this person asking you a lot of questions, and again, they just don't have the experience that you have in whatever this is, and that's fine. Of course, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. It's perfectly fine. But a lot of these questions are kind of, they're either unnecessary, or they're repeating a lot of questions, or you're repeating a lot of answers. You're trying to answer them again and again, and you're saying the same thing over and over again. That's what I'm seeing, and this is kind of frustrating you. This is becoming a burden to you. But maybe they're just doing this to interact with you. Maybe they just want your attention, and they do, and this might be, they just don't have the maturity when it comes to kind of social interactions or anything like that, and they don't have the experience to understand that all interaction isn't necessarily good interaction, and it can become a little bit annoying for you, especially when you're really busy. So it's kind of like, oh, they're asking me that again, and I have to repeat myself. But I can see you being quite patient with them. I can see you're actually handling this quite well. The first card you have for your future is the Page of Pentacles, more pages. So again, this is another thing showing me the same kind of person again. Again, I keep on seeing this person who's learning from you. And I'm seeing that, you're going to keep on trying to be quite sensitive around this person. And I think this is really important for you to be sensitive around this person, because I'm actually seeing someone who could be... they could have a lot of problems in their life, actually, outside of the workplace or the study place or wherever this place is you're interacting with them. They might actually be, yeah, they might actually be latching onto you, latching onto things outside of this difficult home life that they have, and yes, latching onto you. They see you as someone who's stable, which is what, you know, the coin is about. The pentacles are about stability. So this is how they see you, as a stable influence outside of a kind of a chaotic time that they're having. So this could be why they're really latching onto you in this way. You represent this stability. They don't have that outside of this situation. With you, this connection. So yes, they might be talking to you a lot still. They might be in your face a lot at this time, asking you a lot of questions. Yeah, but there's a reason why they're there. There's a reason why they're always in your face. And yeah, the other thing I'm seeing in this card is you could be waiting for news of some kind of a result or something like that. I'm seeing that you might have applied for something. So you might have applied or sent away for something. This might be a job. It might be something else. Might be some kind of license or something to do with, it's something to do with money or job or something like that. So I am actually seeing a positive result coming to you out of whatever this is. I'm seeing this result will probably come in a lot slower than you're expecting. So, you know, if this resonates, try to be patient if you can, because I am seeing a positive result, but yes, it is going to be slow. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have for your future is the Six of Pentacles. So yes, this thing that you're waiting for, this news that you're waiting to hear about, again, I'm seeing this is to do with finances. There are more pentacles here, so finances, money, your career, something like that. It might even be that your financial future might depend on this, because this card is about these people depending on this man. It's about dependence. So you might be thinking, you might be actually quite stressed and anxious about this. You might be thinking, oh, you know, my future depends on this. I'm waiting to hear on this. It might be that kind of thing. That's what I'm seeing. But I am seeing that your position's a lot stronger than you think. It's not as bad as you're imagining. You might be imagining yourself in this kind of begging position, this kind of waiting and hoping and praying position. It's not actually like that. I'm actually seeing a panel of people having to decide between different people. You know, when I look at this man, I'm seeing he has these scales up. He's holding the scales and he's thinking, well, I give it to this person or that person. So what I'm seeing is there's this panel of people. They have some people that they have to decide from. They have to say, well, will I give it to this person or that person? And it might be quite a difficult decision for them to make. So they're taking a bit longer than they usually would. And that's why you're having to wait for this. But please try to be patient, because I am seeing a positive result coming out of this. Try to be patient. That's what I'm seeing with this. Yes, the last card you have for your future is the Queen of Cups. Okay. Yeah, what I'm seeing with this is, okay, this might sound a little bit strange. This is relating to the Temperance card, actually. I'm seeing someone who isn't around you at this time. This could be an ex, and this is probably about this person who was a little bit, or maybe a lot, emotionally detached from you in this Temperance card, this ex, or whoever this was I was seeing. I am seeing someone who, this is probably an ex. They had a huge impact on your life. That's what I'm seeing. You also had a huge impact on their life. And they weren't good at showing emotion. I'm seeing that again. They weren't good at showing themselves emotionally. They were very detached. I keep on seeing that all the way through this. Now, the thing is, you weren't seeing this, but they actually have a lot of emotion inside them. And they do still now. They're thinking about you now, at this time, or at this time in your future, and they've always been thinking about you, but they can't express this to you, and this is how they're still feeling at this time. They're still emotionally they're keeping all their emotions bottled up inside themselves, because what I'm seeing here is, if you look at the cup on this card, yes, you can see that on camera, I'm just checking. If you look at the cup on this card, this is a very beautiful, ornate cup, full of emotion. But, you know, there's a lid on the cup. There's a lid on this cup. Now, this is the only cup in every cup in all of these cards that has a lid on it. This has a lid on it. This person is keeping a lid on their emotions. They've always done that. They will probably always do that unless they address whatever it is that's making them detach from you and from other people as well. So I'm seeing they're still going around like this. They're still keeping their emotions to themselves. Maybe that was why you broke up. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe it was a part of why that was, but they're still going through that. Now they're still going to be going through life like this, and it really is a problem for them because they're never going to have a close relationship, a proper 100% close relationship with anyone until they address why they will not totally open up to people and let themselves be vulnerable with people. Eventually down the line, they will learn this lesson. They're going to have to learn this, but it's going to take a long, long time for them to do that. I can't see whether they're going to come back to you or not. I think you might have probably already moved on from this person. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing in the Temperance card. But you might have been wondering about them, what they were thinking, what's going on. This is what they were thinking, and this is how they still are thinking and feeling. That's just what I'm seeing in that card.